Welcome. My name is Carolyn and I am a ghost healer. For the past 30 years I've been helping dead people, the ones caught in the space between this world and the next. I've documented many of the hauntings and I've often made drawings of the souls who I've helped. I'm now ready to share these stories with you. We all have a story, and these stories belong to the lost souls who I've helped on their way. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a ghost from Longleat House. Now, Longleat House is a privately owned stately home in Wiltshire in England. So the ghost that I'm talking about was in the northwest corner of the house, quite high up. And she wasn't that difficult for me to pick up. Once I got to that area of the house, it was very clear. And yes, it was just like meeting someone along a corridor. There she was. Now, she was dressed in a really beautiful dress. Not ornate, but just almost like a very well-tailored dress. Sort of indigo, heavy fabric, well-made, long, and the beginning of leg of mutton sleeves, not too puffy, but quite a soft shape. There perhaps was some sort of embroidery or something on a sash, some stitching, tiny little pin tucks at the front, just under the bust line. And then from the waistline, this amazing row of exquisite little buttons that ran up to the neck. And we're talking a high neck here. And then I meet her gaze. And her gaze is so clear, so calm. And I just thought, wow, I really like this woman already. She's just had so much clarity. And because of this, I kind of thought, well, maybe she's going to start talking to me soon. But I did get lots of images straight away. I can tell you she was probably around about 5'6". She was stood that close to me, I could tell her height. And I began to get pictures of her life. And the first thing that I picked up on was her stance. She was always stood very well, shoulders back. I thought maybe she was a lady of the house, but no, I don't think by the clothes she was wearing that was so. I could see her playing with two small children who she absolutely adored. I mean, you could just see the love in her face when she was playing with these kids who, also seemed to really love her. And then I was showing a picture further back in her life, and I could see her as a slightly younger lady, very close to her father, and I could see very treasured books that he'd given to her. And there's a little ceramic pot as well. There was something that was significant, that was very dear to her. And I could also see that she was, that there was a love interest there, a man that she perhaps thought about spending her life with, and I think he probably did too. And there was something that happened. Maybe he went away to fight or was in service in another part of the country, but geographically it didn't seem to work out. And I think she thought, well, that's that, and sort of locked her heart away, locked it up, put the key somewhere safe, thinking, well, that's that part of my life I don't need to worry about. And then back to the children again, adoring the kids. The children seemed quite young in age, and just so much love that she had for these children. And I think that was the bit that opened her heart again. I don't think she expected to have to find that key, and her heart was open. And also I can see that ultimately these children, like they grow up, and I can feel that part of her heart. It was depleted. The children, they didn't need her anymore. And I think when she died, she probably just thought, oh, was that it? And I think she went on just for that reason. She didn't move on at all and was stuck. I don't know what effect her haunting had in that corner of the house is privately owned, and I don't know what went on, but I certainly picked up on this lovely, lovely lady. But this is very sad. And I did move her on, which was, I feel like it was a very welcome event for her. She was there. I felt like she was probably ready the moment she caught my eye. It was just right, okay, there's nothing else for me, this is it. And she was free from all that empty hole, that grief of, a bit of a sad life. And as it happens, I was talking to a very good and lovely historian who worked in the house, who showed me the old maps and the layout of the rooms in the house. And there it was, that area, and the room that I was talking about was called the Governess's room, and the schoolroom was next to it. So hopefully it does feel much clearer and brighter for the people that live there now. Thanks for listening.